This is a Sherman tank, and it was the mainstay of the Allied armies in World War II. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why this, for me, was the best all-round tank of the entire war.
This isn't a museum, it's World War II armour in Florida, where tanks and weapons from the Second World War still work. I'm James Holland, come with me.
Now, tanks are very, very complex things, so you want to make your complex thing as simple as you possibly can, and that's the whole ethos behind the Sherman tank. It's really straightforward, and this is one of the examples of that. So this is the suspension arms. They're on the outside. They've got very few wheels, so that's fewer wheels that you've got to sort out if anything goes wrong. If this goes wrong, you just unbolt it, put it off, put another one on. Super simple. You compare that to a German tank, lots of interleaving wheels and complexity, and to get to the suspension on, say, a Panther tank, a German Panther tank, for example, you've got to take everything off and start all over again. Not so with a Sherman. It's simple and basic, and that's what you want. And when it comes to driving it, anyone in America who's driven an automobile, they can get into one of these. It's the same principle: clutch, throttle, brake. You have sticks rather than a steering wheel, but otherwise it's exactly the same. It even has synchromesh on the transmission. And the transmission, by the way, is right at the front. You just unbolt a bit, take it out and repair it and put another one in. And then there's the engine. That's in here. And you can actually just pull this up, take it out and put another one in. And they could repair these in 2 hours in the field. Just imagine that, changing an engine in a Sherman in 2 hours. It could be done, and that's what you want: simplicity. Second point, the gun. This is an up gun version. This is not the 75mm, this is a high velocity 76mm, but that's not really the point. The point is the Sherman tank is the first tank in the world to be equipped with a gun stabilizing gyro. Germans don't have that, just the Sherman. They've got this advanced technology, they put it in here, and what it means is when you're on the run, it's much easier to fire on the move with this than any other battlefield tank in World War II. Third point, size. Okay, so this isn't as big as a Tiger tank, it's not as big as a Panther either. That's not the point. The point is, you've got these, which mean you can hoist them into a Liberty ship. And that means you can get lots of them over the Atlantic. Bigger the tank, less shipping space. That's really, really important. The other thing about the size of them, this weighs 30 tons. And even once you've added on a bit of extra armor plating, a few logs, some chickens, whatever, some stowage, it's still only going to be well under 40 tons. And that's important because when the Shermans come in the summer of 1942 into North Africa, the Allies are on the march. And they're on the march all the time from there on in until the very end of the war. And what happens when the Germans and the Italians and Axis forces retreat? They blow up bridges. So that means you've then got to have bridging. So the most common bridging that the Allies had was the Class 40 Bailey Bridge. And as its name suggests, it can take 40 tons, but it can't take 50 like a Tiger, or 60 like a King Tiger. This means you can constantly go forward because it's only 30 tons and can always get over a Class 40 Bailey Bridge. And that is really, really important when you're on the charge. And my fourth point is speed. And this breaks down into 2 parts. First of all, it's actual speed. Because the great thing about it, because it's just such a simple manual expanded automobile, effectively, you can slip it into gear and get going forward or backwards really, really easily. That ability to just get going the moment you see anything is really, really important. And that gives you an edge. Second thing is the speed of which you can load it. Because even this one with a 76mm gun, the shell is smaller than the 88. The bigger the shell, okay, it packs more of a punch, it's heavier and more awkward to load and to maneuver around the very narrow confines of the turret. So smaller shell actually makes it easier, and that means that you can fire 10 rounds in 30 seconds if you need to. And that was done many, many times.
Fire! Fire!
And the fifth point is numbers. When it comes to numbers, the Sherman really wins. The only other tank where there were more was the T-34 in the Red Army in the Soviet Union, but this was a better all-round tank than the T-34. 49,000 of these, 1,347 Tigers. Numbers really, really count. So that means there's 36 Shermans to every one Tiger. So there you go. That's 5 reasons. I could have given you 10. I could have given you 12. But that's why the Sherman was the best all-round tank of World War II.